Class, today we will start our discussion with the carbohydrate itself. Yesterday we learned the basic classification of carbohydrate. Anyone any doubt about basic classification of carbohydrate? Someone said something, but the sound was too low. Anyone any doubt?
No, ma'am.
So now today we are going to learn about carbohydrates in depth. In depth, we will be able to know about each types of carbohydrate. So, a few terminologies we used yesterday. First, I wish to talk about them to clarify doubts about them. First of all, I told you, other than the number of carbon present in a carbohydrate or what I can say, the number of sugar units present in them, we can classify carbohydrates as aldose and ketones. Yesterday, I described the structure of aldose and ketones to you. For example, this is structure of a glucose, which has obviously polyhydroxy alcohol, but the main functional group is ketone, that is this one. So we can call it aldose. Similarly, if we consider about another hexose made up of 6 carbon molecule atoms, that is fructose, which is a ketose. So there are various isomers, I can say, or isomerism exist in carbohydrates. So one of these isomerism is known as aldose ketose isomerism. Anyone have any doubt about aldose ketose isomers?
No, ma'am.
So let's have a look into next type of isomer. Next type of isomers are known as apmers. So what is this apmer? Apmers are isomers in which a specific group is oriented in opposite direction with respect to the specific carbon atom. I know from definition it is very difficult for you people to understand it. Let's look into the structure. The meaning will be very easy for you people. Let's look into this structure. This is one carbohydrate which is a hexose only, as 6 carbon atoms are there. And I am drawing another carbohydrate by the side of it. You people have to look into it and let me know that what is the difference between these two carbohydrates. I hope every one of you are aware of isomers. What is isomer? Have you ever heard about this word?
Yes.
So what
Yes,
are
ma'am.
isomers? Can anyone define it for me? Anyone? In grade 10, you studied about isomers?
Compounds that contain the exactly same number of atoms, but they differ in the way they are arranged.
So that is one type of isomer. Yes, that is called structural isomer. So in grade 11, you will learn about different types of isomers in chemistry. There is a chapter in chemistry called General Principles of Organic Chemistry. It's present in the second NCERT book of grade 11's chemistry books. So in that you will learn that it's not, isomer is not only about arrangement of atom. There may be other isomers also. But yes, the definition provided by you is 100% correct. That they are having same chemical formula. Their chemical formula is same, but they differ in the arrangement or some other means. So can you identify here like this is mannose and this is glucose? Can we call both of them as isomers? What do you think? Can we
No,
call
ma'am.
mannose?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Why? Because formula of this is C6H12O6 and this is also known as C6H12O6. Can you tell me what is the difference in structure?
Ma'am, the arrangement is not similar.
Where?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
in
in
OH,
The OH and
Which carbon?
second.
Very good. This is the word I want to hear. So first, second carbon, you can see the orientation of H and OH is different. So that's why mannose and glucose are called two epimer, two position epimer. I will give another example. That is CHO. This is a very sugar which may be known to you. It is galactose. Yesterday only I told you lactose is made up of glucose plus galactose. If you observe, it's having same chemical formula, that is 6H12O6. So can you tell me how this galactose differs from glucose and mannose? What is the basic difference?
ma'am, in fourth carbon, the OH group.
Very good, Peter. So this is the point of difference. Essentially. So these are four position ethanol. So is this type of isomerism clear to everyone? So till now we discussed about aldose ketose isomer. We talked about epimers also. Is this two part clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So now let's move into third type of isomer. It will be a bit difficult for you people to understand. And let me tell you, the structures will not be asked to you, but I am just drawing it because you with structures you will understand it better. Actually, this form of glucose that we write down here is called the chain form of glucose. But the moment you put glucose into water, they no longer exist in the form of chain. They convert themselves in the form of ring. वो अपने आप को coil करके ring form में convert कर देता है. So we need to learn now about the anomers. What do we mean by anomers? It is the chain structure form ring structures okay and new types of isomer created. So what is it? Let me ask you. I am drawing the structures. Please let me know at any point if you are unable to understand. So this is the glucose structure, consider. It is the chain structure of glucose. Now what happens here is beta, this oxygen group has an interaction with this to form a structure called hemiacetal. So how hemiacetal work? Basically, what happens is, let me first number down the carbons so that it will be easy for you to understand it. So carbon number 1, which is having aldehydic group, the oxygen is like bound. And how it is bound? It's being part of a 6-membered ring. Okay, so how it is done? Let me tell you here. It will form structure like this. Let me draw with the carbon, it will be helpful for you to understand it better. So it will form a 6-membered ring. Carbon atoms present and H, OH, H, OH, OH, H, then again H, OH, finally here CH2, OH and H. So what happens here, let me describe this OH group and this H group combine to give you one H2O. तो क्या हो जाएगा, अगर कंसीडर करो हमने यहाँ से ये हाइड्रोजन ग्रुप को उड़ा दिया और यहाँ से ये OH ग्रुप को उड़ा दिया, तो ये नंबर 1 वाली कार्बन की हाउ मेनी वैलेंसी विल बी खाली? व्हाट इज द टोटल वैलेंसी ऑफ कार्बन एटम?
4.
कितनी वैलेंसी
Four.
खाली हो गई इसकी?
2.
किसी 2 खाली हो गई? हाउ 2 इज वेकेंट?
Ma'am, one.
1 खाली हुआ ना बेटा, 2 कहां से खाली हो गया?
मैम वो सिर्फ O वाला ही, मतलब 1 ही होगा.
हाँ, तो 2 में O में डबल बॉन्ड है ना, O is having 2 bonds, no? So 1, 2 and 3 valency are occupied.
Yes,
So only
ma'am.
one valency is open. Only one valency is open. And here in this case also one valency is open. So what happens is this bond also breaks. यहाँ ये जो कार्बन का बॉन्ड है ऑक्सीजन के साथ डबल बॉन्ड के बदले में there will be formation of a single bond and ये ऑक्सीजन का ये वाले कार्बन के साथ एक बॉन्ड बन जाता है, ठीक है? सो फर्स्ट वाले कार्बन में क्या होता है, there will be addition of H and OH group. यहाँ से ये जो H और OH निकल रहा है ये दोनों यहाँ बाइंड हो जाते हैं and this is how the structure coiled to form. अब मैं नंबर लिख दे रही हूँ तो it will be easy for you to understand. So 5 and this is the 6th number. Is it clear how this chain structure is twisted to form the ring structure?
मैम
Yes बेटा.
मैम ये जो ऊपर फर्स्ट कार्बन में OH बॉन्ड है वो 6 कार्बन का बॉन्ड है या फिर उसके पहले वाले का बॉन्ड है जो टूट गया था?
कौन से स्ट्रक्चर में, रिंग स्ट्रक्चर में या लाइन स्ट्रक्चर में?
नो मैम, ये चेन वाला जो फर्स्ट स्ट्रक्चर है उसमें आपने ऊपर एरो करके मेंशन किया ना कि H और OH, तो वो OH है वो 6th वाले कार्बन से आया है.
5th वाले कार्बन से आया है. यस,
ओके मैम.
6th नहीं 5th में से. If I get back to the structure, चलो मैं वापस वहीं पे आ जाती हूँ. It will be easy for you if I give you an idea. Once again, structure था कैसा? C डबल बॉन्ड OH और यहाँ पे था OH. कंसीडर करो ये जो OH है ये सिंपली कहाँ पे बाइंड हो रहा है? इसके साथ बाइंड. तो क्या हो जाएगा? The double bond between oxygen is removed. ये रिमूव हो जाएगा. ये OH भी यहाँ से चला गया. तो अब what will be the structure? ये AC के साथ OH बाइंड हो जाएगा और ये जो ऑक्सीजन है it will be binding with the carbon. That's what occurred. You see.
यस मैम.
है ना?
मैम मतलब एक बॉन्ड ऑक्सीजन का पहले वाले कार्बन के साथ और दूसरा फिफ्थ कार्बन के साथ.
That's what. तो 6 मेंबर रिंग हुआ ना. देखो रिंग में कितने मेंबर हुए? 1 2 3 4 5 और छठा मेंबर कौन? ऑक्सीजन. तो ऐसे हेक्सागोनल रिंग बनेगी ना
मैम.
यस बेटा.
पर हमें ऐसा क्यों करना है?
हमें
वो
नहीं करना
नीचे
है,
से
हमें बिल्कुल बिल्कुल नहीं करनी है। हम बिल्कुल पागल नहीं हो गए कि लाइफ को कॉम्प्लिकेटेड करें। बट प्रॉब्लम ये है कि ग्लूकोज को जैसे ही पानी मिलता है वो चेन फॉर्म से रिंग फॉर्म में ट्रांसफॉर्म हो जाता है, हमें पढ़ना तो पड़ेगा। डू वी हैव एनी ऑप्शन?
नहीं, मैं मतलब यही पूछ रहा था कि ऐसा क्यों हो जाता है, अगर वो ऑलरेडी उसका एक स्ट्रक्चर है, फिर ऐसे
स्टेबलाइज
बदल
द
क्यों जाता है?
स्ट्रक्चर, टू स्टेबलाइज द स्ट्रक्चर। रिंग फॉर्म चेन फॉर्म से कई ज्यादा स्टेबल होता है, इसीलिए पानी मिलते ही वो अपने आप को रिंग फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट कर देता है। एनर्जी प्रेजेंट इन चेन फॉर्म, अब तो आप लोग मतलब सी बायोलॉजी एंड केमिस्ट्री आर गोज हैंड इन हैंड, मतलब दे आर लाइक लाइफ पार्टनर्स। बट सो आई मस्ट से हियर, आपने अभी तक थर्मोडायनामिक्स नहीं पढ़ा होगा ना केमिस्ट्री में?
No,
नो
ma'am.
मैम।
So when you will study that chapter, you will remember me कि अनन्या मैम ने बोला था, there is a concept called disorder and energy, that is entropy and free energy. किसी भी सिस्टम में फ्री एनर्जी जितनी ज्यादा होती है उसकी डिसऑर्डर उतनी ज्यादा होती है। तो वो क्या कोशिश करेगा हमेशा कि भाई मैं एनर्जी को कम रखूं ताकि मेरी सिस्टम स्टेबल हो। आपको अगर मैं ऑप्शन दूं कि आपको खड़े रहना है, आपको बैठना है और आपको सोना है, which one do you think is the most energy saving way?
टू
Sleeping.
स्लीप।
And that is the most stable state also. So to gain stability, the chain form is converted into ring form. Is it clear? So in case of aldose sugar जो होते हैं उनके केस में there is formation of hemiacetal, and this H2O transaction is taking place, and this is the example of glucose. This is also glucose, but this is chain structure, this is ring structure. Is this part clear to everyone?
यस मैम।
Similarly, in case of like in case of fructose, we have ketal structure, but before we go there, हम ये पॉइंट पे तो आए कि ये तो चलो चेन स्ट्रक्चर इज फोल्डेड टू फॉर्म रिंग स्ट्रक्चर, बट इसमें आइसोमरिज्म कहाँ आया? सो दैट वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड। सो ये जो आइसोमर ऑफ ग्लूकोज है इसको बोला जाता है अल्फा ग्लूकोज। तो बीटा ग्लूकोज कैसे होता है? जब कॉइलिंग होती है, इफ द कॉइलिंग इज डन, आई एम नॉट ड्रॉइंग कार्बन स्ट्रक्चर्स, आई होप अब आप जानते हो कि ऐसे बॉन्ड लाइन स्ट्रक्चर्स आई टॉट टू यू, विदाउट कार्बन यू विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड ना कि ये कॉर्नर्स पे एक कार्बन है।
यस मैम।
अगर ऐसा हुआ कि ये OH ऊपर रहा और H नीचे रहा, बाकी सेम चीजें सेम टू सेम है, ओनली एट कार्बन नंबर 1 the orientation of OH and H if it is opposite, तो उसको हम बोलेंगे बीटा एनोमर। अब ये बीटा एनोमर फॉर्मेशन तभी पॉसिबल है जब वो रिंग फॉर्म में हो। जब वो ओपन चेन फॉर्म में है तब बीटा की कोई बात नहीं होती है। कार्बन नंबर 1 में यू कैन सी हियर OH इज ओरिएंटेड अवे फ्रॉम यू। अगर इस इमेज को सोचूं तो OH अगर मेरे से दूर की तरफ है, सो वी कॉल इट बीटा, और OH if it is towards me, if it is called alpha glucose. Is this part clear to all of you?
मैम ऐसा भी स्ट्रक्चर को स्टेबलाइज करने के लिए होता है?
नहीं, जब कॉइल होता है तब H और OH की पोजीशन जो होती है उसके वजह से ये दो आइसोमर्स क्रिएट होते हैं, not for stabilizing. When they coil to form a like not coil, they twist and turn themselves to form a ring structure. This is other. Now let me talk about the fructose. उसके केस में कैसे होता है? Because they are not aldose, they are ketose. So how they are forming the ring? So let's have a look into the structure of fructose.
मैम आप म्यूट हो.
I was drawing the structure, so there is nothing to say about it. Only thing I wish to say here, the difference is we will start numbering of carbon from here. Okay, so let's see how this is getting twisted and turned. Here we have ketal formation. In case of ketone, it's not hemiacetal, we call it ketal. So how it is done? In this case, the ring that is formed is called furanose ring because it's a 5-membered ring. So much habituated of writing structures without carbon. You will also learn this in organic chemistry. Then you will not write carbon. Okay. So what happens over here? The interaction occurs between these two carbons. So what is the interaction? Similar interaction that occurred in case of hemiacetal takes place here. So let me draw the cyclic structure and then I will explain it to you. Here there will be formation of CH2OH and H. In this part also there will be CH2OH and H. So this is the first carbon, this is the second carbon, this is the third carbon, this is the fourth carbon, and this is fifth, and this is the sixth carbon. So if we take it in that way, we can mention here H, OH, and then H and OH. Similarly, in this carbon, though, valencies are fulfilled already. So how this is taking place? देखो यहाँ पे सेम इंसिडेंट took place. ये जो ऑक्सीजन है ये जो कार्बन है इसके साथ एक बॉन्ड होगा ऑक्सीजन का एंड द सेम ऑक्सीजन विल बी बाउंड विद द फिफ्थ नंबर कार्बन एंड इंस्टेड ऑफ यहां से जो OH रिमूव हो रहा है उसकी पूरी O नहीं जाएगी, ओनली H विल गो एंड दैट्स हाउ द स्ट्रक्चर विल बी understood.
Ma'am, please explain the structure again.
So carbon atom previously had oxygen bounded डबल बॉन्डेड ऑक्सीजन था उसके पास और इसके पास एक OH ग्रुप प्रेजेंट है. Isn't it? Is this chain structure of like fructose is clear to everyone's mind?
Yes, ma'am.
So obviously अब समझो ये जो OH है, extremely sorry I forgot to mention OH. ये जो OH है ये अगर किसी वजह से ये कार्बन में चले जाए and the double bond is convert like broken and this oxygen is binding with the fifth carbon and here this OH group is added. Now is the structure clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Still there is a problem. You must not have noticed that is OH. Now it's correct. Is it clear now? Have a look into ketal structure formation. It's a 5-membered ring, which is called Furanose ring. So in this case also, is there any possibility of anomar? Yes, there is possibility of anomar. How come? If we look into this structure, what will be the anomar? Anomers of fructose will have structure like this. If we consider in the first carbon, if this is alpha, then in beta OH will be this side and H will be the CH2OH will be this side. We call this as beta anomer. Is it clear to everyone?
मैम
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
anyone, any question?
मैम ये जो आपने जो उसका रिंग स्ट्रक्चर बना है ना कीटल का, तो उसमें सेकंड कार्बन में H बॉन्ड कहाँ पे है?
H bond कहाँ मतलब वो तो मैं ड्रॉ नहीं किया मैंने. I can draw it.
नो मैम इस फर्स्ट वाले में अल्फा बॉन्ड में.
H bond कहाँ है? Means I didn't get what you said.
मैम जो 6CH2OH है ना, उसके जो नीचे आपने H लिखा है वो शायद उसकी बात कर रही हो.
ये
नो
वाली
मैम
H?
ये जो नो मैम ये जो सी सेकंड नंबर का सी है, तो उसमें चेन स्ट्रक्चर में H है, तो मैम उसमें वो H बॉन्ड कहाँ पे वो पता नहीं चला. हाँ मैम आपने जो एरो किया ना उस वाले सी में.
ये तो इसके पास तो OH होगा ना बेटा. ये जो 5th कार्बन में OH था ये इसके साथ बाइंड हो रहा है, तो OH ही तो है. H कहाँ से आएगा इसके पास? ये तो कीटोन था ना. रिमेम्बर द स्ट्रक्चर दैट वाज प्रीवियसली. इसके पास H पहले भी कहा था. इट वाज कीटोन ओनली, नो. उसके पास कहाँ H था?
ओके मैम.
है ना. उसके पास पहले भी H नहीं था, तो H कहाँ से लाएगा बच्चा?
ओके मैम.
Is this part clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
we
ma'am.
studied 3 types of isomerism, isn't it? That is anomerism, aldose ketose isomerisms, and apimerism. Now I will talk about stereoisomerism. This I am talking from the point of view of chemistry. I thought that we learned so many isomers. Let's learn about the stereoisomers also. Actually, if you look into textbook or anywhere, glucose, fructose, before their name, it's mentioned as D-glucose and L-glucose. ये एक D और L शब्द डाला जाता है. So this represents the stereoisomers. What is stereoisomer? Stereoisomers refer the 3D spatial arrangement of groups / atoms around carbon atom differ. So obviously in this type of isomer also, the what I can say, the structure, that is the 3D structure, is same, but the difference is 3D spatial arrangement of structures. So I will give you example of glucose so that it will be easy for you to understand. This is the aldose part of glucose. What is the difference that you can mark in these two structures? Can you tell me?
Ma'am, in
Class?
second and third carbon.
In second and third carbon.
So we call it as D-glucose and L. Understood? So the
Yes, ma'am.
position in space for H and OH change with respect to a specific carbon atom. That's why they are called isomer. In fact, they are D and L isomers of glucose. Let me tell you, in our body, enzymes are having specificity up to D and L level. ना? अगर किसी भी I can say कि अगर कोई भी केस में एंजाइम को डी ग्लूकोज चाहिए तो एल ग्लूकोज इट विल नॉट एक्ट ऑन एल ग्लूकोज, वो इट कैन आइडेंटिफाई कि डी है या एल. I must tell you, when I was a student, I read one incident in internet that in one factory they used to create life-saving drugs. वो उस फैक्ट्री में लाइफ सेविंग ड्रग्स बनाते थे, and by some means the drug that were used to save life of people was in the form of D, and by some mistake the drug created was L. So chemical method से you cannot separate them. Chemical test करोगे तो क्योंकि दोनों का chemical formula same है, it will be same. So it passed all quality control procedure and it was marketed. After its selling in the market, it was observed that people who are taking that specific batch of drug are having poisonous effect on their body. And everyone was not aware कि किस वजह से poisonous effect है. Then it was discovered that कि उस batch में mistake की वजह से L was converted into D was converted into L. And L is poisonous and D is a life-saving drug. So our biological systems are so precise that they can even point out at the minute differences. Is this part clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
So now the next thing that we are going to study is known as glycosidic linkage. If you can remember, yesterday when I was teaching you monosaccharide, disaccharide and polysaccharide, I was mentioning to you that the sugar units are connected by glycosidic linkage. So if there is one sugar unit, there is obviously no connection. So it's separate as one. So there will be no glycosidic linkage and there will be no hydrolysis. But if we have disaccharide in which two sugar units are connected, for example, in lactose we have glucose sugar unit and galactose sugar unit. So they need to be connected by some means. That means is known as glycosidic linkage. The means of connection of yes, beta.
मैम मतलब ओलिगोसैकेराइड्स और पॉलीसैकेराइड्स दोनों में होगा ये ग्लाइकोसाइडिक लिंकेज?
दोनों में ग्लाइकोसाइडिक लिंकेज. ओलिगोसैकेराइड्स और पॉलीसैकेराइड्स में फर्क बस इतना है कि इन ओलिगोसैकेराइड नंबर ऑफ शुगर यूनिट्स आर लेस एंड इन पॉलीसैकेराइड इट इज मोर. बाकी के उसके जो प्रॉपर्टीज के डिफरेंस होते हैं दैट इज ड्यू टू दैट. लाइक वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स आई कैन tell, like sugar sunte hi, when we talk about carbohydrates we use the term sugar sunte hi hamari mind mein aisa aata hai ki sugar matlab it should be dissolved in water and sugar matlab wo मीठा होना चाहिए, है ना? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
But let me tell you कि ये correct नहीं है. सोचो हमारी बॉडी में मसल में ग्लाइकोजन स्टोर्ड रहता है, इट इज नॉट डिसॉल्व इन वाटर। इनफैक्ट ओनली हम शुगर सोचती है, ऐसा क्यों सोचते हैं? लाइक द इमेज दैट कम्स इन आवर माइंड इज द इमेज ऑफ सुक्रोज, दैट इज केन शुगर, जो हम चाय में चीनी खाते पीते हैं और बाकी चीजें, उसी की इमेज हमें आती है। बट रिमेंबर वन थिंग, carbohydrates, all carbohydrates are not at all sweet and all carbohydrates are not soluble in water. So let us know now how monosaccharides are connected by this bond to form polysaccharides and oligosaccharides. I wish to draw once again the cyclic structure, but this time I am not going to draw the carbon. I hope you will be able to understand. So if this is one alpha glucose, now you people know what do we mean by alpha. And if this alpha glucose is connected with another alpha glucose, let us see. Now the question is, how is the connection? One OH group from this and one H group from this is removed. So minus H2 will be done. So what will happen? One valency of oxygen here and one valency of carbon is with empty. So let us once again number the carbon atom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Here also from this side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So if we look into the structure, will have structure like this. So what are the carbon atoms participating in bond formation here? Carbon number, class, ये फर्स्ट शुगर और सेकंड शुगर के बीच में कौन से कार्बन के बीच में बॉन्ड फॉर्मेशन हुआ है बाय रिमूवल ऑफ H2O?
Ma'am, in first one there is the second number carbon and in second one it is the third
Second
carbon.
number carbon, are you sure? Look into the structure, please. Is this carbon second number?
No, ma'am, first one.
It's the first one, beta. कहाँ से second one हुआ? It's the first number carbon, not the second number carbon. और फिर B में कौन सा है? Which carbon it is finding more? Huh?
Fourth.
So
Fourth.
that's why this glycosidic is known as alpha 1,4 glycosidic linkage. This linkage is known as alpha 1,4 glycosidic linkage. अब इसी तरीके से अगर यहाँ पे in this case there is presence of beta structure, consider करो इसके केस में बीटा होता है. बीटा कैसे होता? बीटा वो तब होता जब उसका OH ऊपर रहता, उसकी OH ऊपर रहता और H नीचे रहता. So then in that case the removal of like H2O is like this, और इसके वजह से जो स्ट्रक्चर बनता that would have been in a way that तो तब हम इसको बोलते हैं बीटा 1,4 ग्लाइकोसाइडिक लिंकेज. तब हम इसको क्या बोलते हैं? बीटा 1,4 ग्लाइकोसाइडिक लिंकेज. सो सिमिलरली अल्फा 1,6 हो सकता है अगर फर्स्ट कार्बन का H या OH और सिक्स्थ कार्बन का H और OH हो तो वी कॉल इट बीटा 1,4 ग्लाइकोसाइडिक लिंकेज. अंडरस्टूड एवरीवन? Glycosidic linkage is done by which means by removal of water. एक कार्बन से H और दूसरे कार्बन से OH हटा लो तो इनकी जो वैलेंसी खाली हो जाती है वो फुलफिल करने के लिए ऑक्सीजन is holding one carbon of one monosaccharide and another carbon of another monosaccharide. This is how glycosidic linkage is formed. Any doubts anyone?
मैम ये जो फर्स्ट वाले में से सिर्फ H बॉन्ड निकलेगा तो उसकी O की पोजीशन फिर से समझाओ ना, वो समझ नहीं आया.
फर्स्ट वाले में तो O है, सेकंड मतलब फोर्थ वाले में O कहाँ है? That O is O की जो एक वैलेंसी खाली हो गई, with that valency only it is binding with the carbon number 4, no बेटा?
ओके मैम.
जो ऑक्सीजन है उसकी वैलेंसी 2 होती है. With one valency it is holding carbon number 1 of first sugar, and with other valency it is holding the carbon number 4 of second sugar. This is how glycosidic linkage is formed. Is this part clear?
यस मैम.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I used the word hydrolysis. मैंने बोला था कि जब there is polysaccharides needs to be broken down into monosaccharides. Consider करो हमारे पास एक polysaccharides है, इसको मुझे monosaccharide में break down करना है. तो जो मेथड यूज होता है that is called hydrolysis. How hydrolysis and why hydrolysis? क्या हो रहा है देखो, बेसिकली ये ग्लाइकोसाइडिक लिंकेज कैसे बनता है? हाउ दिस ग्लाइकोसाइडिक लिंकेज इज फॉर्म्ड? व्हाट इज कॉजिंग फॉर्मेशन ऑफ ग्लाइकोसाइडिक लिंकेज? एनीवन? अभी मैंने बताया हाउ ग्लाइकोसाइडिक लिंकेज इज फॉर्म्ड. कैसे बनता है बेटा? आयुषी कैसे बनता है ग्लाइकोसाइडिक लिंकेज? ऋतु?
मैम विथ रिमूवल ऑफ H2O.
हाँ, तो अब अगर आप H2O ऐड कर दोगे तो क्या होगा? रिमूवल ऑफ H2O से ग्लाइकोसाइडिक बॉन्ड बना. अब मैं चाहती हूँ कि मैं H2O को ऐड कर दूंगी, तो वापस से वो दो मोनोसैकेराइड्स क्या हो जाएंगे? क्या हो जाएंगे मोनोसैकेराइड्स? दोनों सेपरेट हो जाएंगे कि नहीं हो जाएंगे?
यस मैम.
If
Yes, ma'am.
H2O is removed, ऑक्सीजन की वैलेंसी खाली हो रही तो वो कार्बन 4 के पास जा रहा है. अगर मैं रिमूव ना करूं, अगर मैं ऐड करूं, so they will get separated. That's why it is called hydrolysis. क्योंकि वाटर ऐड करके हम ग्लाइकोसाइडिक लिंकेज को ब्रेक डाउन यानी लाइसिस कर रहे हैं. That's why we call it hydrolysis. तो जब हाइड्रोलाइसिस होता है, then polysaccharides can be converted into monosaccharides. Is this part clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So now we are going to like talk about the next part. Do you want me to show you the portions once again? Because today we learned like things which are a bit complicated. So I will show you the slides once again, and you please let me know in case if you have any doubt.